What if I told you? The truth behind Hollywood's most chaotic courtroom battle was far darker than anyone ever imagined. Because while the world was laughing at memes and TikToks from the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial, something far more disturbing was happening behind closed doors. A web of lies, hidden recordings, secret texts, and a media war that tried to destroy one of Hollywood's biggest stars. But here's the real question. Was Johnny Depp truly the villain or the victim? Before we uncover the shocking truth, make sure to subscribe to Fame Shadow Files, where we reveal the real stories Hollywood doesn't want you to know. Now, let's go back to where it all began. It started like a fairy tale. Johnny Depp, Hollywood's eccentric legend. Amber Heard, the rising star with looks and attitude to match. They met on the set of The Rum Diary in 2009. Sparks flew instantly. And by 2015, they were married in what looked like a dream romance. But behind the perfect red carpet smiles, their world was already crumbling. Friends described the relationship as volatile. 1 minute, passion and love. The next, rage, jealousy, and broken glass. Both accused the other of manipulation. Both claimed to be the victim. But no one outside their walls really knew what was going on. Not yet. In 2016, Amber filed for divorce. Days later, she walked into court with bruises on her face. She claimed Johnny had physically abused her. The world erupted. Headlines screamed, "Depp the monster. Amber Heard, survivor." Hollywood turned its back on him overnight. He was dropped from Pirates of the Caribbean, fired from Fantastic Beasts, and blacklisted by studios that once called him a legend. Amber, meanwhile, became a face of empowerment, even landing a major role in Aquaman. But something didn't add up. Because behind the media curtain, there were things Amber didn't expect to surface. In 2020, something shocking leaked online. Audio recordings, real arguments between Johnny and Amber. And in them, it wasn't Johnny screaming or confessing. It was Amber. Her voice was cold, confident. "I didn't punch you, Johnny. I hit you," she said. "You're such a baby." Suddenly, the narrative flipped. The world began asking, was Johnny the real victim all along? People who once cancelled him started apologizing. Fans rallied behind the hashtag Justice for Johnny Depp, and the case exploded back into the spotlight. Fairfax County, Virginia. Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. Millions tuned in live, like a real-life movie playing out in court. The testimonies were wild. Tears, laughter, explosive confessions. Johnny described years of manipulation. How Amber allegedly threw bottles, screamed insults, and even left something disturbing on his bed. Amber's team claimed he was the abuser, painting him as violent, drunk, and jealous. But with every day, the cracks in her story grew wider. Inconsistencies, contradictions, missing evidence. Even her own witnesses seemed unsure. And then came the moment that changed everything. The jury's verdict. After 6 intense weeks, the jury ruled in Johnny's favor. Amber Heard was found guilty of defamation. Johnny, once labeled Hollywood's fallen star, was finally vindicated. He walked out of the courtroom smiling, fans cheering, shouting, crying. It wasn't just a legal victory. It was a public redemption. Amber, meanwhile, faced a wave of backlash so huge she had to leave the country for a while. But was this the end of the story? Not even close. While the trial played out like a drama, Hollywood insiders whispered about what really went on. Studios didn't just drop Johnny because of Amber's claims. They were protecting their image, their money, and their secrets. Some executives feared that siding with Johnny could expose their own dark practices, cover-ups, toxic work environments, and past abuse cases buried under NDAs. Johnny's fall wasn't just personal. It was political. Hollywood needed a scapegoat. And he was the perfect target. But when he fought back, he broke the unspoken rule of silence. He refused to play the game. And that's when the truth began to unravel. After the verdict, Johnny's career began to rise again. He returned to film. Fans flooded theaters to see him again. Amber, on the other hand, disappeared for a time, living quietly in Spain, away from cameras. But even now, Hollywood still feels divided. Some say justice was served. Others believe both sides were broken long before the cameras rolled. And maybe that's the real tragedy. Not who won, but how far fame, love, and lies can twist a human soul. In the end, the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard story wasn't just about abuse or fame. It was about truth. And who gets to control it? Hollywood tried to hide it. The media tried to twist it. But the world saw it for what it was. A man fighting not just for his name, but for his life. And that's why this story will never be forgotten. Because in the battle between lies and legacy, only one can survive. If you want more hidden Hollywood truths, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Fame Shadow Files. Your support helps us expose the stories they want buried forever. Stay curious, stay aware, and remember, every shadow hides a story.